Hi, I'm Lisa from Australian travel and migration blog dreamingofdownunder.com, and today I'm going to run through my top 10 types of cheap travel accommodation in Australia. I've travelled Australia multiple times and I've stayed in everything from cheap bush camps to luxury house sits, so I'm going to run through my favourites now. Starting with the cheapest option, my number one type of accommodation is house sitting. So this is where you stay in somebody's home for free while they're on holiday in return for looking after their pets. You can get paid for this if you're doing it in your local area and set up a business, or if you're travelling you can just do it for free accommodation. I'll link to some of the sites you can join below if you want to get started with house sitting, but I began with AUSSIE Housesitters in Australia, which is great for travellers, and then I switched to Mad Paws when I started charging. I've also got lots of blog posts on house sitting on my blog, so check it out if you want to learn more. My second choice is couch surfing. I haven't done this myself, but I know people who have, and it's where you stay in a local's home for free, either on the sofa or in a spare room. It's basically locals who enjoy meeting travellers and are happy to host you for free. My third type is bush camping or camping in national parks. If you've got enough equipment, like your own camping stove and a supply of water, you can stay either for free or for a low fee, up to about $30 a night, in a national park in Australia. They're normally in great locations and they're often near beaches or in forests. They will sometimes have compost toilets, or the nicer ones, which are a little bit more expensive, will have a proper toilet block and a block of showers as well. My fourth option is staying at holiday parks or caravan parks. You can usually camp at a holiday park for between $25 and $45 a night per tent. So if you're travelling as a group or a couple, it can be quite cheap. These are really popular with locals and families in Australia, as well as older people travelling. They tend to have really good facilities like shower blocks with hot showers, toilets, kitchens, sometimes playgrounds for kids, even entertainment and swimming pools sometimes. My fifth option is backpacking hostels. You'd normally pay between $20 and $45 a night for a bunk bed in a dorm room in a hostel here. The average price is around $30 to $33. If you want a private room, most of them have doubles or twin rooms for around $80 upwards. So in a hostel you'll get a communal room with a TV normally. You sometimes get things like pool tables. You always have a kitchen so you can cook your own meals, and they normally have laundry facilities too. They're not just for backpackers, you do get couples and families staying in them. You also get a lot of local people staying in them if they want cheap accommodation while they're travelling. I've written a big blog post on the best hostels in Australia, so I'll link to that below. My sixth type of cheap accommodation in Australia is homestay. So I ended up staying in one of these in Melbourne just because I arrived and hadn't booked accommodation in advance, and there was literally nothing free apart from expensive hotels. Traditionally, these are for foreign students learning English, so they'll stay with a family to improve their English. But lots of them now take travellers as well, so it's a little bit like Airbnb. It's generally cheaper than booking a spare room on Airbnb, and you can get them for as little as $30 a night. My seventh option is Airbnb. This is my favourite type of cheap accommodation because it bridges the gap between hostels and hotels if you're travelling by yourself. In Australia, a double room will start from around $50 a night, and if you want a whole property to yourself, you're normally looking at about $100 upwards, unless it's just a very small studio. I'll leave my discount link for Airbnb below if you haven't signed up already. My eighth type of accommodation is cabins or cottages at holiday parks. So you can camp at holiday parks, but they nearly always have cabins and self-contained accommodation too. They normally come with kitchens and TVs as well, so it's like having a little home to yourself. They're normally around $150 a night, so they're great for a family or a group, but I have stayed in them for as little as $60 out of season. My ninth type of accommodation is motels. These are really popular in Australia. I've stayed in a motel for $60 a night. They're normally around $80 to $100 though. And my 10th option is budget hotels. So it's worth browsing through hotels if you want a private room, just to see if there's any offers. Hotels are normally around $100 minimum, but you can get them for as little as $60 occasionally if it's out of a main area and it's out of season. That's it for my top 10 types of cheap accommodation in Australia. If you're not sure where to start, my favourite site is Hotel Combined because it includes hotels, hostels, holiday parks, homestays, and it compares all the different booking providers for each hotel, so you can always find the cheapest deal. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe for more videos on life and travel in Australia. Bye!